I've recorded this intro a few times, but it just takes too long as there's a lot I want to say, so I'm just going to kind of go rapid fire here. Where have I been? I am just lazy as shit. The mask, which was a very controversial subject in the comment section of my last video, I'm wearing it strictly for privacy. I guess I should have clarified earlier that I'm not sitting in my room by myself wearing a mask to protect myself from COVID like a complete douche. But yes, it is simply for privacy, and I'm going to keep it on because I have some fairly controversial opinions, per se. And the video. We're watching a video from the YouTube channel called Cut, wherein they ask a bunch of supposed random people. Usually it's just a social question, a controversial question, whatever. And this one is called, From 1 to 10, How Racist Are You? I could take forever to explain it, so I'm just not going to. I think you guys will pick up on it. So let's just watch.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'm gonna say if you live in America and you were born here and you're grown up and you're 50 plus, good luck if you're below 5.
All right, that should be good. Sorry, just, you got to combat blasphemy in any way you can, and you can never be too careful. This guy, what the fuck? Firstly, what are you wearing? Secondly, I think it's interesting how a very progressive talking point is, let's not stereotype, let's not make assumptions about people. Yet this guy, perfectly okay for him to come on to this show, this panel, whatever, and say, yeah, if you are 50 and above and you live in America, fuck you, you're racist. Is that in itself not a complete generalization? And he doesn't even elaborate at all. What about being 50 plus in America means that you're somehow inherently racist? What happened in the 70s? That was so terrible. That was after the civil rights movement. Like, explain yourself maybe a little bit if you're going to generalize like a dude. I would also like to mention that, to this guy specifically, I assume that the story of Sodom and Gomorrah has been violently ripped out of your Bible, but it's a very interesting read if you ever get the chance.
Zero. The type of family I come from, the type of people I'm around a diverse, family, people, and things like that, so no.
Yeah, it's strange to me how so many people really don't even understand what racism is, or at least don't understand what it is anymore. Obviously, she's not racist. Don't get me wrong, but what I find interesting is her justification as to why she's in fact not racist. We've convoluted the term racist so much that so much can be considered racist and so much can be considered not racist, to the point where such strange things as living amongst diversity somehow connects to the fact that you can't be hateful to someone because of their skin color. I don't get that at all. I don't understand how that works, but okay.
A 4, just because I think that there are things that I'm ignorant to, so it's not that I sit here to be racist, but I think that there's just things that I still need to learn.
I feel like I'm going to have to say this a lot in this video, but ignorance is not racist. The true definition of racist, to be hateful or prejudiced towards someone because of their skin color, is a term that cannot be done accidentally or ignorantly. How are you hateful or prejudice ignorantly? It doesn't make any sense. You can't be. Those things are always done purposefully. So stop it with this bullshit, okay? If you're ignorant, you may very well be stupid, but you're not racist. God, dude, everything is racist. You need it to be. So few instances of actual racism around now. Everything needs to become racist.
I'm a 1 due to accidental racism.
Now, give me an example of accidental racism.
I'm Filipino, and sometimes I will mistake some people for different Asian races.
Oh my God, dude. Wow. Lock him up and throw away the key. Holy shit. Confused Asian races. Oh my God. I mean, if he's getting locked away for that, I definitely have the death penalty, not gonna lie to you. Oh, this is ridiculous. A few weeks ago, I was talking with a Puerto Rican guy. I had no idea he was Puerto Rican. I just assumed he was Mexican, and I called him Mexican. He was like, yo, bro, I'm Puerto Rican. And I was like, okay, my bad. And then life just kind of went on. Who actually gets upset at this kind of thing, or even thinks that it's racist? Again, this is just a case of him being ignorant. He's clearly like the sweetest guy ever. Look at him. He looks so nice. Just God.
For me, because I'm Asian, I definitely will acknowledge, like, there are times where I'm like, damn, like, my people really be doing this.
You being proud of your people for doing something good is not racist. It's not. If I was Asian, you would hear about it one way or another. You, however, feeling as though your people are better than other people, that is racist. That is called prejudice. I don't mean to sound pretentious. I really don't. But, like, how do they not understand this?
Growing up in like an Asian household, it's more like we discriminate against each other. It was always just like, oh yeah, you know, if you're Chinese, then you're like cheap with like money, but you have money.
Who actually gives a shit, though? Like, seriously. Does anyone care? Imagine you get super upset because some old Vietnamese lady points at you in the supermarket.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
Towards my own race, probably like a 5.
Who's your own race?
I'm Asian and white, so those are the two races I usually pick on.
Why is that okay, though? This is another thing. Obviously, she's not racist. I mean, picking on your own race, really, like, who cares? It's also not hateful or prejudiced, but how come it's totally okay for you to make fun of your own race? Would that not be considered racist still? And if it's not, why? Like, what's your justification for that, and what's your reasoning? Because I don't get it. I guess it's safe to say I'm a little confused at this point.
I'm Latinx. I was born in Mexico.
I'm ignoring anyone who uses the term Latinx. Nope. No, thank you.
I feel like saying one is almost ignorant of all the unconscious biases that I probably carry.
Yeah,
So
but if you're a 1, you could say you're...
I try to actively work to be a 1.
What? Dude, unconscious bias? What even is that? How can you be unconscious about a bias? It's not even possible. You're either thinking about the bias or you're not, meaning it doesn't even exist. That's what a bias is. Holy shit. Where do they find these people, and what are they teaching them, most of all? Oh my god. All right. We're gonna educate ourselves. We're gonna be a little open-minded right now. Unconscious biases are social stereotypes about certain groups. Yeah, figures that, like, there's no official definition for it, right? Just some like virtue signaling race site. Social stereotypes about certain groups of people that individuals form outside their own conscious awareness.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
Factually, Black people do not have the structural power in the United States to be racist.
Factually, you know when someone says factually, you're about to hear the most bullshit statement you've ever heard. And actually, she might be the most racist one on this panel. Although, you know, she probably just doesn't know what racism is, because what about being in power or having the authority means that you can't be racist? Like, what are you even talking about? I think she's thinking about oppression. She just doesn't know how to say it. Racism simply means that you can be hateful towards someone because of their skin color.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
I'm gonna go with a 4, just because of ingrained shit. Lived in a small town, moved to the big city, and learned a lot, so.
You should move back, man. Trust me. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to offend you, bud. My bad, my dude.
I think that everyone's really, really biased, so I'd probably say 5 or 6.
Again, with the white guilt. Also, I've started to notice as I keep watching is that so many of these people never answer the question for themselves. It's always white people as a whole, my people, generally people, all this bullshit. We didn't ask you that question. No one asked you that. We asked if you specifically were racist. Typical progressive answer is, I'm not going to answer for myself. Instead, I'm going to turn it into a problem for everyone else and because of everyone else, and just avoid any personal responsibility and any looking inward.
I think we're all racist, given the society we live in and the way racism is ingrained in us.
To the point I just made.
I was raised by like Catholic white parents. I can't help that, like, as a child, I learned certain things that, like, now living in a very progressive city, I would, like, highly disagree with.
Your parents must be so proud. Also, I mean, to her point, maybe her parents were just not good people. Maybe religiously they taught her some bad stuff. Fair. But what? What the fuck are you talking about? Apparently you woke up so well when you went to the big city. How, like, no examples were given there at all. Probably because she can't make any. But, like, why? Why would you say something like that? You know, why would you just, like, throw so much shade at your parents and then proceed to give 0 examples of exactly how they turned you into the racist monster that you were?
I'm gonna go for 0, but I do think sometimes, like, if we're not aware, casual racism occurs.
Casual racism, that's a new one. Interestingly, and not surprisingly, the term racist actually holds no weight at all because we've just used the shit out of it. I don't like to say we. They've used the shit out of it, and it means nothing anymore. So you hear so much casual racism, unconscious racism, individualized racism. It's all bullshit, but, you know, to push their point a little bit further, I guess.
I think a lot of people have some type of like internalized racism, so I don't think anyone is really like a 0.
Internalized racism, that's new. That's a cool one. Yeah, internalized racism. Don't know what it means. Can't even imagine what it means, honestly, but whatever.
How racist are you?
Intentionally racist, I would say 0. There have been moments where I've said something ignorant and was corrected. One of my friends at the time was like Egyptian, and I like made an assumption that like one of her gods were a cat. She just didn't respond well to that.
I feel like you should reevaluate your number, maybe.
Holy shit. I mean, this is big. Like, I could have assumed that the people running this show were just complete assholes, but this is weird. She's essentially saying that despite how racist you think you are, we're telling you to reevaluate your answers, i.e., put a higher number down. They sound like pieces of shit, but this just confirms it. And also, it destroys any validity you had to any of the other answers when you literally just showed me that you're just pushing people to say what you want anyway.
I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Again, that was not what they asked. Nobody asked if you were perfect. Just answer the question. Are you racist or not? Please.
And I recognize that I am a white person and I have a lot of white privilege, and I've benefited a lot in my career and in the world from the color of my skin.
What's the most racist thing you've done?
I don't know if it's like me being racist, but it's like me being in the face of racism and being racist back. So I was in Turkey in 2020 during like China virus, and people wouldn't let me on public transportation.
It took 10 minutes of this video to finally find an actual instance of racism. And it didn't even fucking happen in America. They were ragging about America the whole time. It didn't even fucking happen here. It happened in Turkey. This has been a major waste of time. But I'm done now. I'm going to do some comments. I haven't done comments in a long time. I should do them more. I've never rolled my eyes so many times in a small space of time. Yes. Yes, that is true. The black people denying racism is kind of questionable. It's not kind of, it's just questionable. Yeah, it's fucked up for sure. Racism is hating or criticizing a person or a group by their color and ethnicity, not accidentally mistaking them for a different race. Been said. Thank you. That was awful. God awful. And I'm finished now, thankfully. Comment section cheered me up a bit, but still just sucked. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you when I see you.